Hey guys, it's me, Mario, and today we're going to continue Hawkite, Arrow of the Air. Chapter 7, Playtime. Right now, it is 11 o'clock at night, but I am going to do 2 videos because I always do 2 videos when I record, so. I'm going to read chapter 7, edit the video, and get ready for bed. How you guys doing today? Well, tonight. Hope you're doing well. Hawkite circled overhead, screeching wildly. Her wings were so huge that it was as if night had fallen over the Guildorian field. The stench was overwhelming. Tom caught a glimpse of the glowing eyes in the creature's monstrous bald head as Hawkite peered down at her prey. Oh, excuse me. Eleanor remained motionless, like a mouse held in the gaze of a hunting bird. The beast flapped her mighty great wings, hovering in the air just like a hawk. Hawkite shrieked and swooped. Hawkite shrieked and swooped. Eleanor threw herself to the ground. The wind was intense. The beast caught Eleanor in her talons, then dropped her. Eleanor screamed, but it seemed the beast was only playing with her. For now. All thoughts of his plan vanished from Tom's head. He could only think of getting his friend away from the beast. "Eleanor!" he yelled, struggling forward. The wind from the beast's wings made it difficult, and he lurched to one side. "Run!" Silver barked wildly and ran towards his mistress. And here is Hawkite playing with Eleanor. Silver barked wildly and ran towards his mistress. The wind tore through his rough coat, pushing him back. The wolf stumbled, wrong-footed. Storm bucked and reared, shaking his glossy black head. Eleanor looked as if she was in a trance. She was on her knees, gazing at the beast overhead, watching Hawkite's every twist and turn. It was as if the beast had hypnotized her. Realizing that Eleanor was too scared to move, Tom jumped over the fence and started running towards her. The wind buffeted him mercilessly. More than once he stumbled and fell. The smell was nauseating. With Silver at his side and Storm too, lashing out with his front legs, Tom found the strength to get up again. "Run, Eleanor!" he shouted, but she couldn't hear him through the scream of the wind. Hawkite moved overhead like an immense shadow of death. Gazing up, Tom glimpsed several strange green feathers on the underside of one of her wings. They glowed with unmistakable evil. beast had adjusted her wings, bringing them closer to her sides. She had finished playing and she plummeted from the sky, her talons angled and ready to slice into Elena's flesh and lift her up and away. With one last desperate lunge, Tom reached Elena and pushed her out of Hawkite's reach. He grabbed his sword, pain lashed through his arm. He stared in dismay at his sword hand as he struggled to grip the handle of his weapon and pull it from its scabbard. The green bruise from Krebs's poisonous pincer had spread, working its way towards his wrist. Tom's actions had snapped Elena out of her trance. "Tom!" she screamed, reaching for her quiver and arrows. But there was no way even Elena could put an arrow to her bow and shoot it at the beast in time. Was this it? Their last quest? Nah, low power. Their last quest... but there was no way even Elena could have... Was this it? Their last quest? Right here and now? Tom forced his fingers to grip the hilt of his sword. Despite the throbbing ache of the green bruise, he yanked his sword roughly out of his scabbard, struggling to hold it upright. "Come on," he told himself as he glanced up to see the beast diving towards Elena, eyes blazing. Why couldn't he move faster? Now, when it really counted. Then, at the last moment, Hawkite pulled out of her dive. She soared upwards, screeching at the sky. "She's still toying with us," Tom shouted. Fury raced through him as he watched her wheel above their heads. "Elena, get out of the field. Take Storm and Silver with you. This is my fight." Elena nodded and fitted an arrow to her bow. She took aim as the beast circled lazily higher and higher. Hawkite was preparing to dive again. "I'll cover you," she shouted, backing away as she held her bow steady. "Silver, Storm, with me." Tom flexed his hand, trying to ease the muscles as Storm and Silver raced after Elena. His tendons flamed with pain. But at last he was gripping his sword, pointing it towards the beast. Hawkite dropped like a stone. 1 minute she was a speck of black in the sky, high above. The next she was right on top of him. Tom threw himself to the ground as she swooped. The foul wind almost ripped the sword from his injured hand. He wanted to shout with pain, but somehow he clung on. Hawkite turned and flew up again, banking steeply. Elena's arrows whistled after the bird, but bounced harmlessly off her wings. Tom struggled to his feet again, lifting his sword in defiance, as Hawkite prepared to attack for a third time. This is Hawkite flying above Tom. While he's trying to hit her. The beast dived, swooped, and rose again, She looked as though she was enjoying herself. She spiraled down towards them, her wings pinned to her side, and aimed her massive beak at Tom. He threw himself to the ground, but he was not quick enough. A wingtip stretched out and batted furiously across the back of Tom's head, stunning him as he fell among the mud and grass. One more hit like that, and Tom would have no fight left in him. Feeling as if he were in some kind of horrible cat and mouse game, he struggled once more to his feet and ran after the beast, his sword raised. His hand hurt more than ever. Hawkite was clever. She flew so close to him that he could almost touch her with the tip of his sword, but not quite. There was no way he would be able to climb onto her back as long as the beast had him in her sight. She wasn't going to let him near her. In her sight. The ring! Tom forced himself to stop running. He closed his eyes and made himself as still as he could. Please work, he wailed. He knew his life depended on it. Hawkeye's merciless talons would tear him apart. Given half the chance, he stood frozen to the spot and waited for the beast to come to him. That was chapter 7. Playtime. Whew. I had to do 2 chapters today because I always do 2 chapters whenever I do YouTube videos. So, cheers. And I hope you guys like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you guys are interested in more Beast Quest videos. Right. See y'all in the next video. Thank you for the new subscribers as well. Hello, new subscribers. Right. See y'all in the next one. Itchy mustache. Right. See ya.